much do I need? I already told you, 16 feet. Enter. So I'm gonna select this. Those are 16 feet, right there. From here through here. But he wants 10 here. And I have to make sure that he's happy, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm gonna go and offset again. So what can I do? Enter. You know what it does, okay? Now type 10 feet. So after you make one command, you enter it. The next one comes up. 10 feet, enter. So now I'm gonna offset it 10 feet. Right there, right? So now I can just grab this guy here and put this perpendicular. Okay? You can do the same with this. If I don't want to go and press and right click, you can always go here and set it up perpendicular right here. Watch, okay? And I'm gonna take the nearest out because always comes first. I'm gonna go grab it right there. Right there, right? I can go and do the other one right here. Okay, now I can erase this. Okay, because my distance now is 16 feet from here and 10 feet from here. When I'm right, right. Okay, so escape for me. Now, how wide should it be? He wants 6 feet, but we already did a demo. Yeah, it doesn't work, okay? So let's go 10 feet, okay? Offset. Well, that wasn't offset. You got your 10 feet right there.
Trying to get that 40
right?
effect.
So I'm gonna offset this now, okay? Those are your 10 feet. Okay, now my question was here. Are you gonna have space for this? Right? That's why when you start doing dimension, then you start realizing things, right?
Big difference.
Right? So maybe here, you know, let me go back over here. So now maybe here, I don't want to really be that much, right? Maybe I will just offset it 6 feet on the outside.
Basically, these things should have been done in SketchUp already, right?
He did it, right? He did it, but his
I know, but
his size was different, so we had to readjust everything.
Professor Max, shouldn't the other side be the same as this?
It is.
It is 10 feet.
Oh, okay.
It is. Notice this,
Okay.
right? Now, if I want this is 10 feet here. If you want this to have a nice round, so like a running track, you will use this guy. The fillet. I'm gonna click on it, okay? And you have to set up the radius. The radius is 0. Okay, I'm gonna click on the radius here. I want you to type 10 feet again. Enter. Right? And I'm gonna select this guy. Watch. One line, 2 lines, right? What it tells me, nothing is selected, right? Cannot fit these two entities. That's fine, right? Enter. So let's go back, escape. I right click and do this fillet again. Let's do a radius. Type 5 feet. Enter. See that? You can go and do this too. Alright, so let me go here and let me finish that. Okay? That's if you want that like that. Okay? Do Control Z to undo, right? Now let's look at the difference here. This is 10 feet, right? Maybe I want to have those, instead of 10, I want to have 6 because all this is grass, right? I'm gonna offset again. I'm gonna offset 6 feet. Okay? And I'm gonna offset this right here. Right, okay? And then I'm gonna move these two guys a little bit outside so you can use them later on. I'm gonna put them from this end. This is right. Now let's offset again. Hold on. 10 feet. Now you probably have more space here, right? So you can still have the same idea, but you're not gonna have enough space right here. Got it?
I got a question for him. With your design, why make the track inside the grass? Why not put the track on the outside and have the grass in the middle. That way you can keep your design.
You mean just around here?
Yeah, around the outskirt.
Well, that's how he decided.
Yeah. That way you don't have to change much.
Right. So now here, that's why you have this tool, right? Now you have your whole work right here, which we're gonna work on this. Okay. Now you have this space in between, and this really works because you have everything. Now let's find out what is the distance here. Okay. And I'm gonna show you how to make this. Look,
You want us to do
the distance from here
It don't
to
make
here,
any difference, man. I don't want it.
87 feet. What's that?
I'll be home by.
Oh, okay. So that's how much we say?
take turns and share with
87
Oh,
feet.
Yeah.
good, yeah.
So let's make it 90 feet.
I missed some parts.
Or what about 100? Right? So it's easy, right? Let's go back over here, and I'm gonna make a line from the midpoint. Okay? I have to go back to my snaps here and say, please do it at the midpoint. So I'm gonna put this at the midpoint. That's the midpoint. I'm gonna put it up like this. Okay? I'm gonna offset this 50 feet. Do 50 feet. Enter. And I'm gonna offset this that much and that much. So now it's 100 feet. Okay? I'm gonna offset again this 10 feet. Okay? And I'm gonna offset this that side and that side. Okay? Now I'm gonna trim. I'm gonna trim this. Okay? I'm gonna trim again this way. Right? So all I have to do here is just break this, right? So I'm gonna trim again. Right click, trim, I'm gonna select this and this, and I'm gonna click here and here. This is what is gonna teach you, not me. This will teach you if you really do pay attention. Okay, so let me go right there. So I have that right there. Right? Now I don't need this guy. I'm gonna erase it.
Okay, now erase. I was going to ask you that. Erase is different from trim.
Correct. I trimmed this. The reason why I put that line was just to offset it 50 feet from the center. So I have right on the center of this.
Okay.
Right? So I have my 100 feet. But if I look at this here, look, this is one line. This is not anymore because I break it. I'm going to select it. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say P-edit. Okay? Join. And I'm going to join this to this. And I'm gonna enter, right click. All I'm doing now is one thing, right? I'm gonna go and do the same thing with this, or I can just right click and say P-edit, watch. Okay?
So you have to click on.
Correct, because you need to select something, right? Because it tells you right there, select polyline or multi. So I'm gonna join again this, and I'm gonna go and select those, right? If they are not touching, they're not gonna join, okay? That's it, right? Now the last thing is this. Okay, P-edit, I'm gonna select this guy here. I'm gonna say join, and I'm gonna go like this. And then now you can see that each of them is like that, right? So now if I want grass here,
So what you just did is connected all
correct,
those.
correct. Because I broke the
You broke
polyline.
the polyline.
Now
so you
here,
have to
if I want to
reconnect it.
put grass here, this will be very easy. Watch, I'm gonna select my layer here, my pattern, and just for the heck of it, I'm gonna change the color so you can see grass. Okay, I'm gonna use this. Oh, that's too much. I'm gonna use this. Okay, and I'm gonna put grass just in here. That's not my intent. My intent is to put the path, right? But this will define the same. So if I go here to the hatches, and if I go and click down this here, and I drag this by the corner, like this, I can see everything that is there, right? There's something here called grass.
Yes.
Will you see it? That's why I expand.
It's on the right, up,
Where?
up, up, up to the right, to the right, up, and then to the left, like 3. Go to the left 3. One more
See
there.
that? So this is a scratch, right?
Young eyes.
I'm gonna select that, right? And look at the color that I'm using, right? Now here it tells you pick points or select. I can click inside. If it's not close, it's gonna go out, like the water,
Okay.
right? So, but I know it's closed. So I can use either one, right?
If it says 15,
Now you have to be very careful when you hatch. Okay? So I rather have you hatch on the actual.
I'm gonna upload it on YouTube
Yeah.
so we can watch on the TV.
That's great. Okay. AutoCAD saves every 10 minutes for you, okay? So now it's there, right? Okay. So let me go here.
You say it
right?
saves every 10 minutes?
So 10 minutes. It does automatically. So if you ever lose, okay, there you go, right? So I click in there. Now this is what Vanessa told me what you guys were doing.
Yeah.
This is too
Or
dense.
look.
This is too dense. If I print this, it's gonna take millions of years. So I have to change this. There's something called scale. Now, look at the scale that you're using. And that's the scale kind of what we're going to use, right? So 1/8 is 96. Yeah? Instead, let's go by foot. Type 12. Enter. So it doesn't really look different, right? So type 24. Not feet. Just type 24. I didn't say feet. Right? That's different, right? Type 12 now.
Hmm.
That's better, right? Close, right? So that's it, right? Now, let's do the outside. Because the outside is what I was looking at, right? Now, this line weight, 84 and 8 should be the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna go and use the same one here, and I'm gonna go back and click here, and I'm gonna use the same one that Luis was using here. So I'm gonna go and click here, and concrete is right next to it. Where did I see it? Here, this is sand. The sand, we're gonna use the sand for your path. We don't want concrete, because people hurt their feet, okay? So I'm gonna use the sand. And now here, I'm gonna click somewhere out here. Right? That's your path. Okay? I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna enter, and now I can select this and change the color to number 8. 8, enter. Okay, escape. Right? So I already have that right there. This doesn't belong here, okay? This belongs in the other file. And the other file, what is the other file called? No. Softscape. So let's do that one. Okay, let's go here and say new construct, softscape. You hate that, right? Softscape. That's fine with me. Nobody's going to see that but me and you. Except on the project. On the project, it's gonna see that, right? So again, so I have this, right? Now I'm gonna drag this guy in here because this belongs here.
Oh,
It doesn't
my God.
belong here.
It's
So I
crazy.
took it out.
It makes it so
Right?
much easier.
I took it out, right? So now I can go and select this and copy this, but I'm gonna leave it like that, okay? So now I'm gonna close this guy and I'm gonna say yes. Okay, I'm gonna open now the softscape. I already have that there, right? So now I need to have my hardscape here. There we go. Okay, and the hardscape, you bring it over only as a reference, so you can see where everything is. Now here, you can start putting all your grass and your trees here. Let's do one last construct here. What will it be called, boss? Tell him.
irrigation.
Oh, yes, I love it. Irrigation. Okay. Click on that. No, don't do anything. Click right there and click OK. Okay. Now, when I do the irrigation, I'm gonna have to bring everything in here. Okay. You say you want trees here, right? He wants trees all the way along. Okay. And you can space them very nicely. I'm gonna bring one tree. Where do I get the trees from, Luis?
That I'm not sure.
I'm asking the other Luis. Okay, Vanessa and Maria, and because those guys probably already know, they're very hardworking, and Juan also. I'm gonna show where the other plants. that you may need. I already showed you where some plants are, and that's my questions. Where will I get landscape symbols or site symbols? Anyone remembers that? No, go for it.
No, I can't go for that.
Okay. Landscape symbols.
The insert?
No, yeah, you go to the insert, and then what?
Then I
There we
have it
go.
on laptop.
Okay, tell me, prove me that you're paying attention.
I have it in, is it attached? Or
No.
clip?
Okay, I'm gonna click on the insert tab, and I'm gonna go to the design center.
Design center.
In the design center, it's another palette that it is there. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay?
You get plumbing and all that right there, right? In the parking?
No. Okay? And right now, we are on folders. I'm gonna open the Imperial because I'm working with Imperial. Okay? I'm gonna open the design, not the documentation, but the design. Okay? I'm gonna open site. I'm gonna open planting. Okay? And I'm just gonna bring one tree. That's what I said, right? So I can get a tree on elevation and on plant. I'm gonna bring this one here. And I'm gonna put this guy right there. Okay? Right there. And now I'm going to move it. Okay, I'm gonna move this. And I'm gonna move this, let's do 5 feet. Okay, move type P for previous, enter. Okay, enter again. And I'm gonna click here. Now remember, we have 5 feet in between this. Okay, how much do I want to move it inside? No, because if you do 5 feet, it's gonna get like right here. How much we did here? This is 10 feet. This is 5. Do
So 2.
2.5. Enter. Oops. Okay. Let me move again. 2.5 feet. Enter. There we go, right? So now it's kind of like at the center, right?
You have to
Now, and now notice, I'm on the softscape. I'm not on the hardscape, okay? Let's assume here, people are gonna come in through here, right? So I need to have a space right there. So I'm gonna copy this, okay? Let me go here, okay? I'm gonna go and say, okay, I want to copy this tree 12 feet. Right, enter, right? And people can go through it. Maybe you want it to be more, okay? Now, what can I do with one tree here? If I'm gonna have another entrance here, I can do the same, right? But I don't want to be, I can copy or array this, like that, okay? Let's just assume this, okay? That you're gonna have trees going like this. Okay, watch, okay? You're gonna have trees going like this. Okay, I'm gonna make a polyline. And I'm gonna make that polyline starting right here. Okay? I'm gonna go and right click and I'm gonna say, let's do an arc where the second point is here. Okay, look what I'm doing here, okay? I'm gonna put it right there. And I'm gonna end it up right there. Okay, so I can go and select this and fix it a little bit like that. Right, because I want that tree to be there. I'm gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna go and do a little arc right here. Okay, so I have this little path. I'm gonna put my tree, this tree, all the way here. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this guy from here, and I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna go and say near to there, right? Now I'm gonna go to the array. There's a path. We already did a polar and we did some rectangular. Let's do a path. You always look at the bottom. It's asking me for the object. This is my object. Okay? I'm done. Right click and then select the curve. Okay? So you can have your trees going like right there. You want to change that, change this to 30 feet.
Let's separate.
Enter.
Okay.
And they separate. Okay?
That's crazy.
So you can do it. You can do it like this. Okay. So this is to avoid. So as I did it here, you can do it right here. Okay. So right here, you know, let's enter, and let's say, okay, this is great, right? But this guy is on the way
Yeah, I was
for
gonna
people to
say
walk,
that
right?
too,
Okay,
right.
that's fine. Watch what I'm going to do here, right? So go here and do 40 feet. Enter. So that's okay. I tell you what. Notice this here. Watch what I'm going to do here. Okay. I'm gonna go and put it maybe right there. Okay. Right. So what can I do here? I easily I can delete the ones that I don't need. Right? Correct. Exactly like that. It's kind of like in the real world. Oh, there's a tree on the path. Cut it. Right? So it's the same here. Right? Now, you have to explode this. Because if you look at this, this is one line. I'm going to delete it. Okay? And this is a group. I want to change this. I can go and say, I don't have that tool here. Type X and watch what it says there. So I'm going to explode it. Right? Now I can go and say, okay, I don't need it. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. And that's it. Right? So that will be up to you. After you explode it, you cannot change anything else. Okay? So let me do 2 Control C's here. And we're just gonna leave those trees right there. Okay? There you go. So here, we don't need this anymore, right? Because we're gonna leave it like this, right? So where should I go to delete this? Because I cannot. Huh?
Select this episode.
No, no. Remember, we're working. Even though I'm dragging stuff, everything is we are X-referencing. It's not that I don't know where those things are. Those are here. Watch. When you look at this symbol, this is the current drawing. See that? And when you look at the other one, it's the hardscape. So that means that it's here. So I can go and close this, say yes. I'm gonna go and open the hardscape. Okay. I'm gonna go to my external references and I'm gonna take this. I don't need it anymore. Okay. Only need it to make that line, right? Now I don't need these guys. Delete. Delete. Let's press the delete key. Hold on. There you go. Right? Now I'm gonna close it. And I'm gonna say yes, right? Now if I open my soft scape, that is gone. Okay? So now here, I already give you the pieces that you need to work. Okay? Just let me save this.